Okay, besides me, I got a what's her face. She's not in the picture. Yeah, sorry about that. She moved up. There we go. That should be a little bit better. She's sticking her head up. Anyway, what it's about is this lens, the Tamron. It's the 70 to 180 G2 for the Sony. Goes from 70 to 180. And as you can see, it's the f2.8 all the way, DI3 BC VXD G2. Sharp lens. Now, I'm going to show you a slideshow. And here we go. So you can see the light bulbs. I'm trying to get in focus. This is just before sunset tonight. I want to show you these sharp images. There's my cat. And I did some of the rooftop, but look how sharp these images are. And this is pretty far along way. Some were clear, some aren't. Depending on the camera, I had a hard time recognizing. And it was a little out of focus right here too. I had a problem in the sun. And I'm ready to pause this. I'll go just a little bit further. But you can see how every image is as sharp as can be. Okay, now, first set of pictures was with the Nikon D610, a DSLR camera, and the F-mount Nikkor 70 to 200, and it's an f2.8 lens. Fast focusing camera. I think it's a 24 megapixel camera, but still, I only had like maybe 2 shots that were out of focus, and that was because of the contrast of the background and the 610. All right, it had the old focusing, but excellent. Had no problems taking pictures. I figure looking at the LCD screen or the viewfinder, it didn't look clear, but it did tell me when it was in focus, and I was happy with the shots. Now, this is with the Sony A7CR, okay? This is with the Tamron 70 to 180. So it's competing with the Nikkor. All right. And that's what I wanted to show you. So let's continue with this. Go over here. And I'm at the store. So 70 to 180. Same thing here. Now I planned to go to a brewery today, but there was like over 1,000 people there. The weather was turning dark. So I said, you know what, I'll go a different time during the week. But basically, these shots from this lens looks fantastic. And this is a 61 megapixel camera. So you can really crop in if you want to. I just wanted to show what 70 millimeters look like compared to 180 millimeters. And by looking at this tree, look how sharp that looks. So if you basically see something out of focus, and see this did a much better job on the flower than the Nikon system. It's usually the camera focusing. Like it was focusing on a bird in that tree. So I had to reshoot some things. And I had to usually point on the Sony a7CR what I wanted in focus. I had to do the same on the Nikon, but on the DSLR I had no problem. And I was focusing on the bird nest, which you can barely see in this light. And then I had trouble with the light bulbs on the Sony. It kept going to the fence, the tree, branch, whatever. Could not recognize the light bulbs until I pointed to it. And then when I tried to point to the ones in the back, I had to go by that pole. And you see, still out of focus right there. I wanted to leave that in to show you there was difficulty with the mirrorless. It wasn't the lens, it was the camera, trying to figure out what to focus on. And even with the cat, it was a little bit out of focus. But then I got a clear shot. And I wanted to show you between a different contrast of the difficulty. Same thing with this bird bath. See, it's out of focus right there because of the reflection. That's from the focusing system of the camera, not the lens. The lens was sharp. So 180 is less, and I think this picture is beautiful. Right here, reflection of the tree. And then this is at 180. I thought it was excellent. But I just want to say that I used 3 different cameras, 2 different cameras with this lens. But the pictures are sharp. There is a 20 millimeter difference between the 200 and 180 from the Nikkor f-mount lens, which is against a mirrorless lens for the Sony E. And it's a full frame lens. And take some more pictures of the cranes. And it's the white column that I was trying to get in focus. So it was a little out of focus right there. But on this next shot, I got it. That's because the camera was going on the trees and the fence. Now, I put the ETZ21 Pro adapter on the Nikon Z8 with this lens. And the Tamron performed. Now, it was a little out of focus there. That might have been me. But when I stopped a little bit more, now there is a little barrel distortion, okay? But this is on a Nikon, not on the Sony. I want to emphasize that. And when it was in focus, it looked great. And I turned off the light just to see how it would perform in the dark. It did a pretty good job. Still focused. Same thing with my Tiffany lamp over the breakfast table or kitchen table, whatever you want to call it. And then the shots of the clock at the end. And then the baseball player. So I see it still looked kind of sharp even when it was in dark. And went back and took a couple more shots. Now that was out of focus. I think it was focusing on the flower. And then I did a back of shot. And then one of the computer, the old iMac Intel 2017. The dog, of course, like at the beginning with the A7CR. So the focusing on the Nikon was just as fast. And I was pretty happy with the pictures. It had a little problems with reflections, okay? But most camera systems do get fooled because of that. Now the automobile. That's a pretty good shot. And I'll leave it right there. I like the reflection of the pond, but I'll put that with the slideshow or photo review with Jeff Neville, beginning of next month. And that'll be my ending shot. So what do I think of this lens? It's light. It's not heavy. Very easy to move from 70 to 180. And I recommend it. It's very stable. There are 3 switches for the stabilization. And it does have a control ring on there, which could be programmed. And also it has a button that you can program on there. It does have a USB-C connection for upgrade, which, yeah, right here. And it was designed in Japan. Two, three. That's for the stabilization button, control ring. Very good. I already showed it off previous video. Very good. Happy with it. Excellent lens. Bought it used, and it was in excellent condition for about $1,000. $200 from a brand new one. So I enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Let's go back to see if she's... Yeah, she's still leaning a little bit too low. Oh, well. Anyway. Thank you for watching. Yeah, a little windy outside. But I like the lens. I would recommend it. You don't have to buy a Nikon, or you can get a 30-party lens. I got the 70-180, which is smaller for the Nikon, but it's not stabilized, as this lens is. And I think it's a lot smoother with this one. So the Nikon one is kind of like, some people say that Tamron made it, but Nikon put its name on it. Don't know. They did come up with their version of G2. So anyway, I got both lenses. They're both f2.8. They're good. They're smaller on the 70-180. And I think the one I got was, I think it was 24-70 and 70-180. Yeah. So anyway, I got that one. I didn't get the VR one, which is more expensive. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. Keep smiling. I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.